size, fun size, fun size.
This was mayo pasta until it was strawberry just a second ago.
Those are awful sentences to say about a candy.
Welcome to Fun Size. This is the candy competition show where Billy and I pit two similar candies head-to-head against each other and determine which one you should grab from the candy aisle.
I'm Billy Scafuri.
I'm Adam Lustick.
And today's candies are Twizzlers versus Red Vines.
Hall of Fame debate. These classic debate.
Similar candies.
Yeah.
As a reminder, the rules of the game are that we will be determining which candy wins certain categories.
Yep.
The four categories are packaging, presentation, taste, and risk.
Risk, finally.
If there is a 2-2 tie, we will then go to the handful challenge, where we will stuff a handful of the candies into our mouths to determine which experience is more pleasurable.
As a child would.
Yes.
Yes.
Adam, Twizzlers versus Red Vines. Very similar candies.
Very similar. To me, this is a bit of a polarizing debate. This is one of the polarizing candy debates that exist in our culture.
Before we get into... Sorry?
Yes, please, no.
Before we get into the packaging, would you be able to discern, just on sight alone, a Red Vine from a Twizzler?
I think...
sans packaging.
I think I would be.
Okay.
I think I would be. In my memory...
Okay.
And again, we'll get into this one once we get into presentation.
Correct.
Yes, presentation. In my memory, Twizzlers has a sheen and a literal shine, where Red Vines is a little more matte.
Okay.
That's in my memory.
What I learned about you with the Butterfinger Bites is that you prefer a matte candy.
I like a matte candy versus a sheen.
That's right.
Thank you for knowing that about me, my best friend.
I've learned.
Yeah.
I've since learned. So let's get right into it, Adam.
Yeah, man.
Twizzlers versus Red Vines.
Okay.
We are now trying to figure out which candy has the better packaging.
Packaging.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay.
Twizzlers.
I'm looking at Twizzlers.
Red. I will say this, red versus blue. Twizzlers is all in on red.
Twizzlers is fully monochromatic.
Just like the candy, all in on red. Red Vines, the packaging is blue.
Is blue. It's like a baby blue with some nice, almost like pinkish adornments. Twizzlers is incredibly straightforward, almost nothing fun about it.
Okay.
Twizzlers twists. The I in the word twist is a Twizzler.
Okay.
That's fun.
Yep.
That's a little fun. It says totally twisted with a fun, kind of a curvy arrow.
In very small font.
Incredibly small, cursive, hard to read.
It seems as if they wanted you to miss that.
Yeah, it's like hidden.
Yeah.
It's like an Easter egg that you're supposed to find. It says strawberry, artificial flavoring. One thing I do like about this packaging, which, can I just take a peek at the Red Vines just for 1 second,
Sure.
Phil? Similar to the Red Vine is that you do get the window.
The window.
You get the window. And so you can see the product itself through the window, which is nice.
Is that window a specific shape?
This window is lips.
Lips.
It's like a mouth.
Yes.
It's like a human mouth.
Because for Red Vines,
Yeah.
I'll bring us to Red Vines
Please.
now. Again, very classic,
Yeah.
old school font.
Yes.
Nothing fancy about it.
Right.
The biggest thing you see, the same size as the words Red Vines, is sugar-free.
Oh!
Okay? The candy might as well be called sugar-free.
That's controversial. They really want you to know that. Sugar-free candy. Maybe I probably grabbed this from the Rite Aid, frankly. There's probably a sugar-full version. I just maybe grabbed the sugar-free.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Their window seems like curtains opening on a stage.
May I see?
You may.
It is.
I may be wrong, but it does feel like that is the spirit of this
Welcome
packaging.
to Red Vines.
Yes, welcome to Red Vines.
Welcome to Red Vines.
That said, my package feels boring,
Yeah.
not exciting. There is not one exciting color. For a candy that's so bright red, the packaging is boring and broad.
Super straightforward. What do you think font-wise? Twizzlers is a nice white block text blue outline. It's fairly classic. Very legible, incredibly easy to read, and just sort of basic and elementary.
And I like that they lean into the red.
Yeah.
They lean into the red.
They embrace the red pretty hardcore here.
If I'm going to make my vote for which candy has the better packaging, based on your face, I think we're both in agreement.
I think so.
I'm voting for Twizzlers.
That's correct.
Twizzlers wins round one of the packaging contest.
Correct.
On to presentation.
Let's do it.
This is going to be interesting, Adam.
Yeah.
Twizzlers and Red Vines to me look exactly the same.
Almost identical.
Yeah.
This is...
Here, please hold one.
Okay. And you.
We are throwing licorice around. Oh, and yet when you see them, there is a very distinct difference.
My memory holds. My memory does serve correct.
Once again, we are comparing Twizzlers versus Red Vines, and this is now the presentation, the nude candy. The candy in the
body.
nude.
Yeah.
What the candy looks like in your hand.
Detached from package, but not yet on a plate or in mouth. What does it look like? Nude. The Twizzler does have a shine to it. The Twizzler has a shine that the Red Vine just frankly does not.
It also has a darker shade.
It's darker.
Darker red lipstick.
Yep.
Is kind of what I would say versus more of like a...
cherry, like a
super cherry, plasticky, right.
Classic cherry red.
Here's what I'll also say.
Yes.
If you hold them, you'd think that they're both the same height. Looks like you're getting about, these are, I'd say, the Twizzler's about 7 inches.
Yeah.
And I would say the Red Vine, you're looking at 6.2 inches.
Correct.
So you're getting about 0.8 extra inches in your Twizzler pack.
Twizzler's a little more robust, just in terms of size.
So if you like to chew on a candy for a longer period of time, you're going to get like another 0.8 inches of candy chewing experience.
Absolutely.
Per Twizzler.
When you look at this, and I don't want to get into taste, this has nothing to do with taste. We're on presentation.
Correct.
But when you look at this, what is your initial bite strategy? You think you take this down in 2 bites? You think you go half and half? Do you fold it up into a curl and pop it all in at once?
I approach these braided licorice much like I approach like Polly-O mozzarella sticks.
Okay.
Which is I will peel.
What?
I am not putting the whole object in.
I'm stunned right now.
I'm going to rip it in half.
You're peeling a Twizzler. Like string cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Billy is eating his Twizzler like string cheese.
My favorite scratch-off lotto ticket is bingo because it takes 15 minutes to lose.
To you, it's about the time. It's about the experience.
Exactly. Save the macaroni and cheese for last. Eat your vegetables first because you want to play this out.
Billy is wise. You are wise.
So I like to delay my experience. I shouldn't have eaten it because I know we're not in taste yet.
But you just wanted to demonstrate, and I appreciate it.
So purely on presentation, Adam.
Yeah.
2 very similar candies.
Yeah.
Does one appeal to you more? I know that you like very sugary, weird flavored sodas.
I do.
And you don't shy away from odd colored candies.
No, I like stuff like that.
So I would say that of the 2, Red Vines is much more artificial looking.
It looks faker and the
looks like a toy.
It looks like a toy.
A toy version of licorice.
Correct. Mm-hmm. I'm on the fence, man. I'm on the fence. I do tend to shy away from shine, and I do appreciate a good matte. The Red Vine is mattier. It just feels a little weird in my hand, though. The Twizzler feels a little bit better to me.
The whole Twizzler vibe looks better to me.
It looks healthier. It looks like a healthier piece of candy.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's just like
it looks like it was watered.
Exactly.
It looks like this plant was watered.
In this case, the sheen helps me. It lets me know it's watered.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. So we are in agreement?
Presentation goes to
Twizzlers. This may be the first episode where we don't have a handful challenge.
Unanimous.
There are better candies out there than one another. It's not always very similar candies.
That's right.
Okay. On to taste.
Dare we?
Dare we? I'm not going to do my string cheese method here,
okay.
because I want to really get a full taste in one bite.
The string cheese incident.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Twizzler. Bon appetit.
God, this is my least favorite part of the whole episode. We need those buttons that hit mute on our microphones when we're chewing.
What? This is licorice. This tastes. The texture of it is unnerving.
Yeah.
It's hard. It tastes like you're eating a toy, a plastic toy.
I don't like it.
No.
I don't like the experience or the taste. And that's not the Twizzler taste.
Subtle, to be honest with you.
Yeah, licorice. Do we need licorice?
No.
No one needs
licorice.
licorice.
No one needs this.
We have taffy.
We have taffy already. We don't need this.
Right.
The taste is too subtle. The taste is not knocking me out. It's a gentle tickle.
I agreed. Barely a tickle.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Okay.
I don't like...
That was Twizzler.
Yeah.
Those are the sentences we just said after eating a Twizzler.
Not crazy about it.
Let's see if the complaint is in the candy or the brand.
Truly. I'm going to hit a little water amuse booth.
Yep. I am pulling apart my Red Vine.
Okay.
I will say it pulls apart much easier than the Twizzler.
Yes, it does. It really is toy. It really is
It's a toy. Yeah. It's like a play school candy.
Yep. And this is sugar-free. And to my taste buds, fairly taste-free.
Fairly taste-free.
Almost tastes like pasta to me. It's like I feel like I'm eating a piece, like a drop.
When you said that, I tasted mayo.
Mayo.
That's bad.
What are the flavors in here?
I am getting notes of strawberry.
Strawberries hitting me later.
But I usually want my candies to
Punch
never...
me in the mouth with the lead.
Right out the gate.
Lead with the flavor.
I was screaming when we were eating Warheads.
Yes.
Screaming for life.
This was mayo pasta until it was strawberry just a second ago.
Those are awful sentences to say about a candy. Red Vines. You leave us wanting more.
More. Although
Will you
now
say-
it's seeping in.
Okay.
It's a bit of a delay
One
time
thing I'm
bomb.
learning about the taste portion of this podcast is that you have to be patient.
Yeah.
You can't jump to conclusions. I will say, though, I am having the Butterfinger Bites problem that...
Back in the teeth, baby.
Yep.
Ain't never coming.
Standing room only. Packed house in my mouth right now.
Standing room only.
I have... Yep. This is one of my least favorite parts of the candy. As a person who likes to clean his house daily, I can't have this nonsense in the back row. I've got... The Twizzlers didn't stick quite like the Red Vines.
No, the Red Vines stick. And I have to even say that my taste flavor profile, personally, as Billy picks Red Vines out of his teeth, standing room only, is that it has actually circled back to pasta.
Okay.
Now the aftertaste is I am tasting like a weedy, grainy.
They tease strawberry in like the third act of a 5-act play.
Yeah, exactly. Now
it's really a pasta play.
I think this is pasta. yeah. I think...
As a person who loves pasta, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Because I love pasta.
Yeah.
Red Vines versus... I think I'm going to have one more bite of Twizzler.
Me too. I just need to figure this out for myself. But Twizzler is just...
Here's the thing. We're still creating the show out of it. The show can be anything we want it to be. Does somebody always have to win a category?
You're saying it's like, is this a double DQ?
A null.
A double DQ.
A double DQ. There were no winners.
I think this might be a case where there maybe are no winners. I had to choose one...
Yes.
If I had to choose one.
If you had to.
And I'm going to surprise myself here.
Wow.
I'm going to surprise myself.
You want the pasta party? You are.
I'll take an experience. Twizzler just feels like I'm chewing. It's like celery. It's like I'm chewing empty cow. It's just like I'm chewing it.
That's right.
It's nothing. It isn't anything.
At least it's an experience.
At least this is a weird, gross, pasta-y, mayo-y, grainy, wheaty Red Vines.
Red Vines.
Red Vines.
Wow.
I actively dislike them both. And I'm going to say Red Vines gets my vote.
Red Vines gets the vote.
Okay.
They win taste.
Okay.
Now on to risk, Adam.
Risk.
I've already touched on the one risk that I see.
Standing room only. It jams the teeth.
Velcro mouth. Nobody needs this. I didn't like the experience to begin with. At least with the Butterfinger bites, eating them, they won taste.
Yeah.
They were a great peanut buttery ride.
Yes.
So having them stuck in my teeth,
worth it.
While it feels like shards of glass, at least I'm enjoying the after effects.
There's a payoff there.
Yeah. Now I have a candy that we described as a weedy mayonnaise-based strawberry fruit snack stuck to the back of my mouth, and my gag reflex is on fleek.
Nobody wins.
I'm on fleek.
It's a lose-lose candy experience.
Yes, so that's one risk that I want to warn anybody who has the Red Vines versus Twizzlers experience in the aisle.
Yes.
One will get stuck to your mouth, standing room only.
Absolutely. Here's another subtle risk. Put it in a movie theater context. You're in the movie theater. Everyone wants to be quiet. Peeling these Twizzlers apart from each other is sort of a bit of a to-do.
Is it? Is it noisy?
It's just a little. It's a little.
Let's put that theory to the test. Hold it right up to the microphone.
It's a little laborious. It's just a little laborious.
Oh, but it's not noisy. You're saying it's laborious.
No, it's just a little. No noise whatsoever.
There was something that maybe a listener with the volume on 10 might say there was a little audio pop. Maybe a fly flew past the microphone.
Not noisy.
Yeah,
you're not going to correct.
You're not going to ruin a movie for someone.
I don't think you're going to ruin anybody's...
These aren't potato chips. Crunch, 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 crunch.
Good point. Good point. Just a little cumbersome just to detach.
What's the risk there?
No risk really. Okay. I guess the risk would be that here's the risk, that you would want to take the lazy approach, not detach, jam 2 Twizzlers in the mouth at once, all of a sudden have a mouthful of Twiz.
Yep.
Just to sort of avoid the detach.
Okay.
That's all. That's not really, I'm reaching for a risk here.
I would say that one risk that both candies provide.
Yeah.
If you were to get this at the movies.
Yes.
And, as movies go, you just kind of keep grabbing for it and eating it. One risk that both candies provide is constipation.
Yep.
If you eat this much, just imagine what all of the Twizzlers in one pack together would look like.
It feels like it will never decompose and never be digested.
Correct.
It feels like you're eating a toy.
You're signing up for 3 weeks of constipation, but that's across both.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Feels like it.
Well, actually, let's check the nutrition facts, Adam. See if one has more fiber in it than the other.
Okay, perfect.
Dietary fiber in Red Vines, 0 grams.
In Twizzlers, 0 grams.
Constipation Nation returns. Yeah. Let's just see if either one provides a nutritional fact or a nutritional advantage.
Anything.
Okay, so I have 25 grams of carbohydrates.
Carbohydrate, 32 grams of carbohydrates.
So Red Vines is a little healthier.
A little healthier because you're sugar-free.
Of course.
I have 17 grams of sugar in my Twizzlers.
Okay, different scale. We can't...
Totally
doesn't
different
seem
scale.
Fair, then. That doesn't seem fair.
Completely different. The other minor risk, I would say, is that temptation to use as whip. Temptation to use as toy.
Okay.
Temptation to abuse the candy and use it not as a candy.
Fair.
There's no other secondary function for a
my
Butterfinger
defense
bite.
to that would be that you could throw grape at somebody and use that as a baseball bat.
Okay, so it's fun now.
Yes.
So now it's a fun baseball
There's risk and there's reward.
Wow. Well,
so again,
good point, Billy.
Each side gets a check.
Good point.
So
they provide this similar risk because they're so similar in shape and concept
that
it's hard to differentiate if one is riskier than the other.
Yep. I think that for me,
yes,
as we continue to build out this podcast, and as we consider the people who are listening to this podcast, a major thing that I would want if I was a listener would really be to know before I bought the candy which one's going to get stuck in my teeth.
Truly. Seriously.
Period. Which one's going to dye my mouth, or which one is going to have after effects that I didn't sign up for?
Did you not feel like the Twizzlers got stuck in your teeth as much as the Red Vines?
In no way.
Definitely.
In no way.
Well, then that settles that.
Yep.
That settles that.
I can't let my listeners have a risk like that.
That settles that.
You guys, for the risk challenge, Twizzlers. Which means, 3-1. Overall, we do not need to put a handful of this pasta
wheat
mayo in our mouth.
Experience.
The winner is
Twizzlers. Congrats, Twizzlers.
So, we hope we cleared that up.
Once and for all, in quotes.
Do you think that you would have chosen Twizzlers before this podcast? Do you think you still would have went Twizzlers?
I think so.
Well, good job, Adam.
Really well done, Bill.
We'd like to remind you guys we have another podcast. It's completely free. It is on the HeadGum Network. It is called No Joke. 45 minutes of more nonsense. Please listen to us there and subscribe there.
Please do.
For the Fun Size Podcast, I am Billy Scafuri.
Adam Lustick.
And we will always talk to you next week.
Fun size. Fun size. Fun size.